Hello, everybody. My name is Ray. Welcome to the Evangelical Dark Web. Today, we'll be talking about Ron DeSantis and the transgender sports bill he signed into law in Florida the other day. So, this is a big this is a big issue as far as his future presidential prospects. We were wondering on the conservative camp, is he weak on this issue? And he responded to those questions and concerns by demanding this bill on his desk to sign into law, and that is what he did. So good job, Ron DeSantis. He is joining a few other states. Let me list them. Mississippi, Arkansas, Tennessee, West Virginia, Montana, and Alabama. And I want to say Idaho also is joining in on this fight, but I will also not say South Dakota. I recognize zero progress from Governor Kristi Noem on this issue because she is not willing to take on the NCAA. The NCAA is the National Collegiate Athletic Association, and they are the governing corporation for collegiate sports in the United States, and she's unwilling to take them on. And I also want to point out that all these states that actually are willing to take on the NCAA are winning. They are backing down from this fight because they cannot win it. I mean, just to name some of the states, South Dakota is obviously an insignificant state when it comes to collegiate sports, but Florida is a powerhouse. They got the University of Miami, they got Florida State, which are huge ACC conference. I believe they're both ACC. And then they have the Florida Gators, which are SEC, biggest college football conference. And again, Mississippi is also big in the SEC. Arkansas, Tennessee as well has some powerhouse colleges. West Virginia has its namesake college. Montana's pretty irrelevant. And Alabama is very relevant because they got some of the best football teams in the country. So, the NCAA is seeing this. All these states are calling their bluff, and they are going to back down from this fight because they will lose. And Ron DeSantis said, I don't care if they take away a few hosting events. And it doesn't seem like the NCAA is going to follow through on that threat to take away hosting events because that has not been the case thus far. So, and one last thing, because we need to do a little bit of tactical analysis of the situation, because I see Republicans are making a tactical error on this issue, and this issue is about transgenderism. It's not about women's sports. That is just the front that we are fighting this issue on. Transgenderism is the actual issue. We cannot allow transgenderism to be codified into law. Men cannot become women. Women cannot become men. The law needs to recognize that. And it cannot recognize people who play dress up as the opposite gender. That has a lot of negative ramifications for obvious reasons. And women's sports is just one issue where that is very apparent. So we can't make this about women's sports because that's not what this is actually about. It's about the issue of transgenderism. We need to actually fight this issue on the principle of the matter, and that is men cannot become women, women cannot become men. That is the principle of the issue when we need to articulate that as clearly as possible. It's not just about women's sports. In fact, it's not really about women's sports at all. So, and again, good job, Ron DeSantis. Love what you're doing in Florida, and hope he keeps it up. And as for Kristi Noem, you backed down from this fight, and you thought you could form a coalition of states to take on the NCAA, and guess what? You're not part of the actual coalition of states that's forming to take on the NCAA. The states like Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Arkansas, Tennessee have already done that. They're the ones actually taking on the NCAA. You are a coward. And I stand by my previous analysis on this issue because, it turned out to be right. So, that's all I got to say about that. My name is Ray. This is the Evangelical Dark Web. If you like this content, subscribe to the channel for more of it. And also check out evangelicaldarkweb.org. Linked in the description below. My name's Ray, and comment below what you think about what I think, and I will catch you on the next one.